As far as relaying a message to people with my brand, I just want people to stay, be true to yourself. I think that's important in anything you do, because you're doing it for the money, you're doing it for the likes, whatever, it's eventually going to show. So if you do it for yourself, then, that shows and people really follow that. Not more so follow, they're inspired by it, they're moved by it. My name is Samone Davis. I'm the designer and owner of Legalized Rebellion. Legalized Rebellion started in 2011. It was an idea after a fashion show called um, We Run the Way, hosted by Ashley Knox, Markila, Brittany. So I kind of helped with that, like Brittany with her ideas, and that inspired me to start my own line. Started off, I didn't have the capital to produce any type of collection or get any stores or, so starting off, you got to use what you got. So I used vintage, or I would cut up vintage Levi jeans, make them in shorts, sell them for like $20, $30. So I would do that as a hustle, to still kind of get the name out there. And as far as progress, I could say I'm able to invest now into making capsules and small collections for the brand to resell. So it's progress. So we got vintage and we got streetwear. Oh, I was in fashion as art 2013. And then last year I was in Omaha Fashion Week for the fall show. Um, I plan to do pop up shops this year for Legalized Rebellion just because I'm starting a new label. So I'm trying to keep the two separate and keep the name still out here. So I want to do a pop up shop with Urban and maybe a few other local boutiques. Royal Blood, it was showcased last Fashion Week. So that was August 19th, 2014. That whole collection was inspired by African military. Um, Me and my old partner were inspired by, well, I was inspired by African, the hell was I inspired by? Like Egyptians. And then she was inspired by Black Panther, so we're like, African military, we'll make it, it's like a militant collection, but not make it so cliche so it's like military. So I like keeping everything within, how can I say it, kind of pro blackness. So always relating back to my ancestors and where I came from and who I am is always important to me to incorporate in Legalized Rebellion. So with that collection, it was supposed to be 10 pieces. I think we only showed like 7. Um, two guy models and like 4 or 5 girl models. They were all black. Um, Everybody loved the show. People were screaming my name. It was kind of awkward. Kind of, one of those moments. It was just like, okay, I like it. Um, but that collection was definitely inspired by African military. So I used elements of like pieces of like the military shoulder pads. I forgot what they're called. And used rope for like the drawstring of like joggers and parts of the dresses, things like that, instead of making it look so cliche. Throughout high school, I was always really fashion forward, I guess. I would come one day, I don't know, wearing a vintage Chanel pencil skirt and a corset and a oversized blazer and hair in a bun. Who does that? Or in high school. So every day it'll be different. One day I'll be like punk rock. One day I'll be gothic. Next day I'll be whatever. So high school I was always in the drama, always acting, but I was too shy. I don't like being on camera. I don't like being in front of large crowds, people talking. So I didn't. So they would have me in the back helping with costumes, and that's when I figured out I like making stuff. I like putting looks together, but I didn't I didn't really was like, oh, I'm gonna be a designer, until after the show. Because no offense to any designer, I just didn't see anything that I would call like I don't know, high fashion. I just seen a lot of like T-shirts and stuff that just get you quick money. So what inspired me is just being around different resources, to be around things that inspired me to do it. Fashion in Omaha is kind of like I don't know, T-shirt. I don't know, T-shirt with. I'm no disrespect, but just they need to know what fashion evolves around. That's streetwear. That's fine. But also, I like streetwear. I like high fashion. I'm not really big on couture. I like making it, but I don't think it's gonna sell. So I think what's gonna pull me apart is offering limited pieces. Um, I feel like everybody's so caught up in like fast fashion that everybody's gonna have what you have. With Legalized Rebellion or even my new label, it's gonna be limited quantities. So I'm gonna have to anticipate the next thing that's coming, and that's what's gonna pull me apart. Because I feel like people, that's a part of like individuality. Also, most people don't have that. They follow people, they follow trends. So I like making trends. I definitely think being an individual is important. I think that is key to your identity. Fashion, like I said, everybody gets pulled in so many different directions, or you're um, just into what's cheap, and that's why I offer vintage too, because it's affordable. But I feel like so many people here aren't given the chance to be fashion forward because it's nothing, we don't have those resources. We don't have those different types of stores or those small boutiques of, different designers around the world where you can get those exclusive pieces and things like that. That's what I want to offer. This is the workspace. And here is a mood wall. Here is one of the collect pieces from Royal Blood that I showed in Omaha Fashion Week with the t-shirt dress. It's pretty nifty. Mannequins that I use. And this drawing is actually that outfit right there. Um, that is one of my favorite quotes or sayings. I feel like that is me. This is my creation area. I would say I come here when I'm frustrated, when I'm upset, any going through any type of emotions. I come and take it out. I'll draw, or I'll sew, or I'll just think of the next project. I feel like that gives me, I don't know, creative reign to do whatever back here. So I try to keep it clean. I try to keep it organized so that I can clearly think about things. It does. Well, it does because for one, I'm a black girl with big dreams, big drive. So especially being Omaha Fashion Week is very clicky, and I'm not one to hold my tongue. So it's very clicky. It's we don't have a lot of resources, but that doesn't mean you can't get them. That doesn't mean you can't reach out. That doesn't mean that you can't find a way. So it is more challenging to be a designer here and to start your own label. But if you have the right people around you and you do, you continue to do it consistency, eventually with the hard work, it'll come. Grace Jones is definitely my mother. So I don't know. She's my inspiration all the time. And then music. Who can I say? Gold Panda, Kendrick, so many different people. I can't even like name them all. Solange, Kanye. I mean, the list goes on. I just get inspired by music and really Grace Jones. Who else? FKA Twigs. I'm definitely inspired by her. So it's a lot of music and it's a lot of like icons. And it's not that I idolize them, but it's their aura. It's what they've done, what they've accomplished, and how fearless they are. People do order made to order custom things for me. It's very scarce sometimes because they don't understand that you have to pay for my time and me actually making it for you to fit your body. So, but I do get orders. I've been getting a lot more lately than usual, and I want to get those done before I start this whole new label and organizing everything. But yeah, if you want like a custom patch jacket, I mean that's easy. That takes me like 2 hours. So, I mean, always in requests info at legalizedrebellion.com. What's your request? Be specific. Get what you want. Don't do what the next person's doing. Um, Even if you start off with t-shirts, because I started off with vintage, you know. So if you, everybody has to start somewhere. So I won't knock nobody's hustle on that end, but you have to start somewhere, but start somewhere that's true to yourself. You know what I mean? You can't start and just be like, oh, we're gonna copy this zipper on the side. Like no, like that's been done, that's tired, that's done. Like start something that is your vision. That's not nobody else's vision. I feel like anything can be original. You know, we have too many people copying, so just be original. Everything is Queen Samone. Snapchat, ugh, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. What else? It's QWEEN and then SAMONE. All my networks. Keep it all cohesive. It's not Queen with a E or E3. No, just Queen Simone. QW. Throughout my life, it's kind of like the underdog is like, I'm here, bitches. So it's humbling. You know, I don't sit here and be like, oh, I'm Simone Legalized Brilliant, I'm the shit. Like, I could say that. I feel that way in the inside, but I'm not going to sit here and scream it to you because I'm humbled that you're even interviewing me. So, um, it's just very humbling. It's so much love. You know, I'm finally feeling the love from people here. At first it's a little hard because everybody's like, oh, well, we really don't know. And that's with anything that's new. You got to give it time. So it's humbling. It's awesome. Do it for yourself. Like anything you do in life, just do it for yourself. Because I mean, you live to be somebody else, or you live in for somebody else. You're never gonna really get fulfillment or happiness.